Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are rejoining our crew here in low Earth orbit as they have just scavenged this entire space station for an electric screwdriver. They were very hard to find, but we need to make necessary repairs to the dory from our previous Borising so that we can get the rest of this mission underway and get Harmonia Station, the research facility on the surface of the moon, back up and running and generating extra good free science. We've still got a whole lot of data out there that we can start to research and bring home some couple thousand worth of science points, really. So we're gonna move these old busted solar panels out of the way and install the new ones. Don't install them while clipping into yourself, or you might get knocked clear of the station. But we have a very competent engineer who can just shrug that off with a couple of puffs from the RCS pack and then carry on with the mission as intended. This one's going to be a little harder to line up because we don't have a clear orientation point like the door, but it looks like it's on straight. If not, maybe could be rotated 90 degrees or so. But we need to get the old junky ones out of the way. We're just going to go ahead and load them up into the bay of our Mark 6 Shuriken and bring them on home. I don't know what the refund policy is on solar panels that you've slammed into with a Kerbal, but I guess we're going to find out. Maybe it's just as good as Amazon's return policy. Who knows? Anyway, first one loaded into the bay. The second one we need to put around the other side. We did bring up 4 other smaller solar panels that aren't really going to work for much. And besides that, I bumped into one on my quest for a wrench and broke it. So now we only actually have 3. Not that it's a huge deal. They're probably just going to come home with us anyway. We only need to bring up one more replacement to get the Nemo up and running, but that sounds like a job for the next crew. We took the time to collect a couple of struts while we were here. We'll just throw those in this KIS container crate, and now it's time to get the crew all loaded up and disembarked for the moon. So our engineer, while out on EVA, will probably just use the door. I mean, eventually. There we go. And the rest of the crew can transfer through connected living space, because I remembered it's a thing this time, and I'm not losing another solar panel to my own stupidity. So after just a little bit of fuel transfer, a very, very little bit of fuel transfer, this actually crashed the game after a while, which amazed me a whole lot, even after increasing the transfer rate. So we'll just... we'll skip past that. Alright, and with the repairs all completed, now we just have to relocate all of the necessary crew into the correct vehicle, as I scattered them all out while looking for the wrench. Okay, good. Nemo is empty. We probably have 1 or 2 here. Maybe. Can we get a crew hatch icon? No? Well, that's disconcerting. Yeah, Lewis is in there. And Alyssa is in that one. Yet no crew hatch pops up. Empty. Martia. What is your profession, Martia? You are a pilot and 1 star, so yes, you are going on this mission. Let's see, who do we already have in here? Nancy Kennedy, that's our systems engineer. Ronald Fletcher and Dimitri, I think, are scientists. Yeah, scientist. And Nancy Kennedy's the engineer. What was the other one? That's Dimitri. We need Ronald. Is a scientist. Okay. So yeah, we just need our pilot, which was... Anyway, she was in here. Transfer. There we go. Alright, so we should have 4 aboard. Pilot, engineer, 2 scientists. Excellent. And just make sure our life support is topped. Yes. Fuel. Topped. Very good. Let's go ahead and get them disembarked, and we'll worry about returning the shuriken a little later. Alright, close hatch, undock. Switch vessels. I'm just going to... Oh, that one's already unlocked. RCS to arm, SAS on. Pull us away before anything stupid happens. Why aren't these thrusters firing? They should be enabled for only fore and aft. Well, that's interesting. It's very interesting indeed. Oh, no! I forgot to fill those 2 fuel tanks. Tell me I didn't forget the rest. Okay. I think we can deal with that amount of margin. So let's just go ahead and open up the pontoons. We want them to drain first. And since we're safely pulling away, let's go ahead and deploy our panels and make sure that we are getting good power supply. Showing a drain, we'll let the panel angle in. There we go. Yeah, it looks like we could have done with a single panel, but having 2's always, never hurts to have a backup in case of a Boris. Set as target, and let's go ahead and plot our node. Make sure we're coming in the correct direction. Nope. Yeah, 28, and that's not too far off from where we intend to be, so this is our node, and we're sticking with it. Did I ever unlock the gimbals? I did now. Alright, 1 hour until node. We might as well get ourselves pointed at least somewhat correctly. So we'll get ourselves angled around. We'll speed the footage up a whole lot because really you don't need to see another real-time transfer to the moon. Vented off our waste product to get like 3 or 4 more free Delta Vs, and then started our burn in earnest towards the moon. Now, I did forget to fill up 2 of these little tanks here at the butt end of the spacecraft. It can't cost us more than, I don't know, maybe 100 Delta V at the top end. So I think we're still well within margin to make this transfer to the moon, make our orbital insertion, and go ahead and proceed with docking. Overshot the node by just a little bit, but nothing our thrusters can't handle. So we will warp ourselves on out to the moon in a very beautiful sequence that only took about a week for the crew. A nice slow transfer. I'm sure they brought a Game Boy or something. And then ullage ourselves in, make the burn, and correct ourselves into orbit. We still need to adjust our inclination, so we'll jump out somewhere near the top of our orbital path here and make that very quick correction. Now we're going to try to plot a braking burn to lower our orbit, and if we can match it with a close encounter, that would be even better, so that we're not waiting around for days and days and days. We actually do have some business out at Mars we have to attend to that will actually wait for a different episode. I decided to just go ahead and get all the things related to this done and cut it into one big episode instead of bouncing around a whole lot like I sometimes tend to do. So here is our rendezvous burn after making a very slight correction to our orbit to get ourselves lined up, and there she is, Harmonia Station, and a very hard burn on all 4 of these AJ-10s. Man, that TWR towards the end there is just awesome to have. Not that there's anything wrong with Nemo, but really sometimes just having more engines is best. So I will turn you over to Old Me for a little bit of the docking with my key-holding co-pilot. Alright, and we're making our approach now. Co-pilot is getting a little anxious, but hopefully the keys will be enough to keep her entertained for a little bit. Oh wow, that bled off speed a lot faster than I thought it would. Alright. What kind of cross-sectioning can I get here? Not a very good one. So it looks like we will be adjusting our approach a few more times on this docking procedure. This looks like a pretty good place to stop. Yeah. There we go. All right. Nope. Turned the wrong way. Saw the little bit of pink there on the nav ball and just assumed that's where I was heading. It is not. All right, M, you ready for docking? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Oh, I was holding the wrong key. I'm still thinking I'm oriented through the cockpit, and I am not. I am oriented through the docking port. All controls are backwards is... Alright, this looks to be about a straight-on facing, so we'll just try to adjust. Yes, this way. A very rookie crew here. Uh-oh. And we'll see how straight on to target we are. Not bad, really, although a roll maneuver would not go unnoticed. I wanted to roll the other way. No big deal. We should be fine. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna need some nose up, not nose down. Ooh, I forgot to balance the fuel. Okay, easy now. Easy now. I can't tell if that's magnets or what, but SAS off. So hard with one hand. Docked. Yes. Hooah. All right. Well, we'll move some resources around. We'll get our lander prepped, and then we'll go for landing soon. So yeah, this is the part where I had to jump away to go deal with some things at Mars, but like I said before, we will get to that in a future episode. So, because the station is not connected living space compliant, we are EVAing our crew over to the Lunar Uber 2 so that it can make its descent down to Harmonia Station, and we can finally get this thing up and running again. Course is set, undocking is a thing, and we are now officially underway. Alright, well, we are ready to make our deorbit maneuver. Hopefully. I was hoping to vent some things, carbon dioxide, wastewater, to give us a couple of free meters per second of delta V, but it's not working. So I guess that's just not going to be a thing today. That's fine. Telemetry looks pretty good for this bird. We'll probably make a few more corrections along the way. But we got about a minute to kill before we have to light this engine up. Looks like we are well clear of Harmonia Station, so that should not be causing any problems at all. Alright, let's ullage in our engine. Ignition. It says it's going to take a minute, so I guess we'll go to high thrust mode. Back to min thrust for the rest of it. Good enough. Take a look out here at the map. Actually want to refocus the craft so that we can get closer in on the moon. Yeah, we'll thruster assist this thing. And it's not too bad. I think we can... Oh yeah, just the act of pivoting has made this go all cattywampus. What? Oh, shut down. Good grief, no wonder. Oops. Oopsies. Yeah, okay. That was real dumb. Couldn't really hear the engine running there. So we're just going to face the retrograde and try to correct out for some of this. Should probably be doing that from the map view. I swear I hit the shutdown key. Not doing us a whole lot of good, so let's just go ahead, point prograde, and light the engine again. Oh, man. Having such a dumb today. Such an incredible dumb. Shutdown. And shutdown actually happened that time. Good, good. Alright. Let's see what we're looking at as far as everything else. 1727, totaling 33 minutes runtime. That's inaccurate. No, that worked real well. All right, I'm just, let's see, we can do 4,700 meters per second in 10 minutes. We need to do, you know, somewhere between a quarter and a third of that. So I'll say it'll probably be about a 4-minute burn. Take a quick save, make sure I don't kill a bunch of people here. Mission. It says actual burn time is 6 minutes, so we're just going to go ahead and thruster assist this thing. Yeah, it looks like we need to angle to the south a bit. And now we'll begin our descent in earnest as we get ourselves lined up a little more accurately. A little bit of wavering north and south here, but I did accidentally push the apoapsis out ahead of us a few times, but I think it just bought us enough time to actually get ourselves over the target without falling a little short. We do have quite a bit of TWR here, and there was another game crash in the middle of this descent, which was irritating, if not heart attack inducing, because I was certain that I was going to have to do a whole lot over, but the autosave thing and my persistent quick saves did put us pretty much right back where we were at a map change, so actually it looks a little seamless now that I'm watching it again here in post. But we are now in our final terminal descent, so we have gone from high thrust to low thrust using only a single engine on the Lunar Uber. We will occasionally pulse 4 engines just to make sure we get a nice rapid correction, but we can actually translate using just thrusters now, if I weren't so overly zealous. Landing gear down and locked, and it looks like we have a really solid approach right down on top of Harmonia Station. The closer we can park it to that fuel tank, I think the better we will be. We're even on the correct side and with good facing, so we can make a nice straight line onto that fuel tank. Alright, ease it in. Let's just try to back this in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, looks like this is a pretty good spot to set down. Touchdown. Huh, we're right on top of that flag. Hey, would you look at that? CS off, SAS off. We're down. Well, that took entirely too much effort. There's the one that has the port on it. So let's get our engineer out here, EVA. And veteran engineer Nancy Kennedy will be hooking the Lunar Uber 2 up to the primary fuel tank here in the surface, and then hooking up our drop pod to the base itself. Also, we need to transfer those life support supplies over before we can begin operations as normal. And I would like to refuel the Lunar Uber to a full state before we disconnect it and then lock all the supplies, just so we can make sure that it's there and ready to go, and we have a clean and easy way to ascend from the surface when need be. But I will not make you watch all of the ridiculously amazing and absolutely fantastic transfer of resources. So that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.